Hello there, friend. Imagine standing at the edge of a great adventure, one that requires courage, vulnerability, and a whole lot of heart. That's exactly what Brené Brown invites us into with Dare to Lead. This isn't just a book about leadership. It's a deep dive into what it means to lead with authenticity, to show up even when it's scary, and to create spaces where people feel seen, heard, and valued. Let's unpack this together. Brené Brown, a researcher who spent decades studying courage, vulnerability, and shame, brings us a playbook for brave leadership. She starts with a simple but powerful idea. Leadership isn't about titles or power. It's about how we show up, how we engage, and how we choose to take responsibility for ourselves and others. And guess what? None of that can happen without vulnerability. Now, vulnerability might sound like weakness, but Brené flips that notion on its head. She says vulnerability is the birthplace of innovation, creativity, and trust. Think about it. How can you expect your team to take risks, to share ideas, or to admit mistakes if you're not willing to do the same? Brené teaches us that daring leaders lean into discomfort. They say, "I don't know, but I'll find out." They apologize when they're wrong. They ask for help. And in doing so, they create cultures where people can thrive. But here's the thing. Vulnerability alone isn't enough. Brené introduces 4 skill sets that brave leaders need. First, rumbling with vulnerability. That means staying in tough conversations, even when you'd rather run. Second, living into your values. Not just knowing what you stand for, but making decisions that align with those values every single day. Third, braving trust. Trust isn't built overnight. It's a collection of small moments where people choose to show up for one another. And fourth, learning to rise. Failure is inevitable, but shame doesn't have to be. Brave leaders learn from setbacks and keep moving forward. One of the most powerful takeaways? The idea that clear is kind, unclear is unkind. So many of us avoid tough conversations because we don't want to hurt feelings. But Brené argues that vague feedback, dodging hard truths, or sugarcoating reality actually does more harm. Daring leaders say what needs to be said with compassion and clarity. And let's talk about empathy. Brené reminds us that empathy isn't about fixing someone's problem. It's about listening, connecting, and saying, "I see you, I hear you, and I'm here with you." In a world that often values speed over connection, daring leaders slow down enough to truly see the people they're leading. So what's the bottom line? Dare to Lead is a call to action. It's an invitation to step into the arena, to lead with your whole heart, and to create teams and organizations where people don't just show up to work, they show up as themselves. Because at the end of the day, leadership isn't about being perfect. It's about being brave. And that, my friend, is a journey worth taking.